Today, our country is fighting a ferocious battle for the mind and soul of every single American. America's very existence is at stake. Now is not the time for appeasement and backroom deals. Now is the time to roll up our sleeves and push back against the madness and restore America's greatness. Politics is a contact sport, and the arena where the battles unfold, our glorious nation, is imploding due to the noxious, vicious, and hateful brew of identity politics and radical leftist policies. An unholy alliance between Democrats, the so-called mainstream media, and socialistic allies is waging a war for the soul of our republic. A war where the weapons are race, gender, and the socialistic policies they dangle like the forbidden fruit of Satan. As a forceful conservative who refuses to quit or even give an inch, no one understands how to fight more fearlessly or is more ready to than I am. And make no mistake, you and I, our children, neighbors, and the strangers suffering in silence must fight or we lose. The notion of that loss, it is of a magnitude too great to comprehend, and will bring down a suffering on us too great to fathom. And what is that loss? A complete and total loss of our freedom, our agency, our right to worship, speak freely, to bear arms. Unfortunately, Nevada has only one guaranteed Republican representative in Washington, D.C., and it is in Congressional District 2, a seat so full of common sense that a Democrat has never held it. Unfortunately, that lone voice of the people, that voice of common sense and battle-hardened steel is missing, while the squad of socialists like AOC and Omar spew hate and fear. Where has Nevada's lone Republican voice been? It has refused to support the America First and conservative principles that this district holds so dear. Mark Amodei was the first GOP congressman to join the Democrats in support of President Trump's first impeachment inquiry. Mark publicly blamed President Trump for January 6th. Mark has voted and supports providing citizenship to illegal immigrants, encouraging millions more to enter our country illegally. Mark has voted for and publicly defended providing taxpayer money, your money, for Planned Parenthood. Mark just voted for another $1.5 trillion pork-filled budget, which included over 4,000 earmarks, further escalating our national debt, causing unprecedented and excruciating inflation. Are these the actions of the lone Republican voice you want representing you? Mark has a terrible voting record with every major conservative group. Mark's lifetime rating with Club for Growth is 60%. With FreedomWorks, 60%. The Heritage Action, 61%. And this past year, just 68% with the American Conservative Union. Is this the voting record of the lone Republican you want representing you? Think about every freedom, liberty, and value that has been attacked that is important to you. The unconstitutional COVID mandates, the forced masking of our children, the Department of Justice designating parents as domestic terrorists because they spoke up at a school board meeting, to fund the police, critical race theory, or the elimination of all safeguards to ensure election integrity, and ask yourself, what has your lone Republican voice of Washington, D.C. done about it? Did he offer a bill to stop the lunacy? Did he make a speech on the congressional floor, speak out on a talk show, or even send a tweet? No, there was not even a peep. Nevada demands better. Nevada deserves better. They say I'm too opinionated, too blunt, and that I'm not willing to accept woke policies or sell out the vision and values of Donald Trump's America First policies. Well, if fighting too hard for our nation's needs is something our socialist enemies hate, then you better believe I'll never apologize. I'll never stop fighting for all that is right about this republic. This district knows I was raised to be a fighter, to persevere, to never give up. These are the traits Nevada's lone conservative voice must have right now, because history has demanded that we must respect our flag, defend our Constitution, and define our country's history. I am that voice, And when I am in Congress, that voice will only grow louder for you, for Nevada, and for America First policies. I am Danny Tarkanian, and I am running for Congress. And I'm running to not just win an election, but to bring strength and the people's common sense back to Washington, D.C. Your vote and your support for my campaign will mean that your vote matters again.